Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody listening on Hockey TV and our audio-only YouTube Live channel. I know that's been cut in and out a little bit, but hopefully it is going smoothly this time around. Second period of action here in game number 1 between Corpus Christi and your Odessa Jackalopes about to commence here from the Ector County Coliseum. The IceRays start this second period down a man. However, they currently lead in the game 1-0 after Nathan Butler redirected a shot home as he got his first goal since November 20th. It was the lone goal in that first 20 minutes of play. Also something to note, the IceRays are 8-1 when leading after the first period. They are also 8-2-1 when scoring the game's first goal. As for Odessa, when trailing after the first 20 minutes of play, they are 500 at 4-4. So they've had their comebacks. But of course, this important weekend here, and there's chaos all among the South Division with Shreveport currently again up on the Wichita Falls Warriors. So it seems like they are certainly finding their groove, especially after having a franchise record 8-game losing streak that was at the hands of the Odessa Jackalopes when they last visited here. They were swept. And the Jacks are on a 3-game win streak. The IceRays are on a 2-game losing streak. They are 5-5 in their last 10 games. The Jackalopes are 6-4 in their last 10. And there should have been about 24 seconds of carryover power play time. As Brady Carlock was assessed a 2-minute minor for hooking in the late stages of that first period. Teams flip ends of the ice here for the middle frame. Jacks lead in shots 12-10. Corpus has also had 2 power play opportunities. The Jacks have killed both of them off. They've killed off the last 22 straight. Of regulation hockey to be played. Again, the Jacks had such a tough weekend last weekend going up against the New Mexico Ice Wolves, who initially they were at one point propelled them in to sole possession of second place, as they're looking to be the outright leader of the South Division with 2 points here this evening. But they have to come from behind right now, and it starts with this power play opportunity. .24 seconds is on the clock. 5 skaters out in black and red. 4 in the cream colors with red for the numbers on the back of their jerseys. IceRays won the draw, and they kill off a little bit more time as they fired it deep as the Jacks regroup from their own zone. Now just 10 seconds left on the Jersey Mike power play. Talley gets it around the opposition as it's directly behind the net. It's sent all the way back out in front, and it will glide into the right corner. Stick tapping was Proctor Hughes between his own legs. Back to even strength we go. Sent to the blue line. A shot hit a body in front. Sent back up top to Talley. Talley to good. They'll brush it over. They fire one. Played by Beaver and over to the corner. Sent back out to the neutral zone. Quick pass to Talley on the near side. The Jacks tag up and race back in. And as with it on the far side is O'Keefe. They play it back out to the neutral zone. Zone to zone it will go. And icing is waved off. We're over a minute gone here in period number 1. 14-10 are the shots after the first 20 minutes of play, it was 12-10 in favor of Odessa, as flinging that one deep and racing after it is Orr. He'll get to it first. He banks it off the end wall, but right to a waiting IceRay player. As they set it up near side to the lone goal scorer in this game, Butler. One side are the IceRays as they fire one right into a breadbasket save by Alex Proctor. Minute 30 gone here in period number 2. This is the first registered shot for Corpus Christi here this period. Offensive zone draw to Proctor's left, our right. And they send one right to the right pad of Proctor. Quickly off the draw, they send another one towards his net. He punches it to the corner. 2 quick shots and saves. As Duclair with it. They'll find Ahern on the near side. Duclair wants it, doesn't get it back. They send it up top, and it's caught in the right glove by Beaver off the shot from Moore just below the left point. 1-0 Corpus Christi here from the Hector County Coliseum, located in Odessa, Texas. We're to take the draw for the Jackalopes. Will be to the right of Beaver. Opposite of him will be Jack Wanamacher. He wins it back up top to Bankier. We'll send it out for Devorny. Top defensive line is out there. Manzo sends it to the wall. IceRays come away with it. They exit their zone, but they fan on a pass attempt as they stay onside. Manzo tried to get it over to Hoyer. Now the Jacks are offside. Knifing it deep was Devorny. Getting air underneath of it was Corpus Christi. As the Jacks tried to re-enter. Not on the same page as Corpus Christi picks it up. They fire a miss shot. That's picked up by Odessa and then dangerously played right back to an IceRay player on the far side. Devorny will play it. And redirects to the near side for Bankier. Trying to feed Hoyer. He gets it back. Bankier past the red line and he dumps it deep. Roll on its edge directly behind Beaver as they send it all the way across. And quickly tipping it for a shot out in front. Somehow that did not go in. As catching it between his pads somewhere was Beaver for the whistle, and no juicy rebound to come with 17-10 left to go here in period number 2. 16 shots for Odessa, 12 for Corpus Christi. IceRays lead 1-0. Draw is in their zone. One back up top. A shot will bounce through the traffic. They try to fire one from the goal line. It's played near side and a heavy hit thrown from Begier. That definitely will get his team energized here in the second period. The man he hit wild remains out on the ice. Bankier with it. He's got Kusler with him. He fires one just wide. And he picks it back up. They'll fire it low to Begier. Kusler down low as well. They turn it over to Wild, who sidesteps around Kusler. And taken down from a big hit was O'Keefe from Tallinn as he dumped him right in front of the penalty box boards. Coming away with it is Wild. Out in front, they try to finesse it past Proctor, but he denies them as it's lobbed off the boards and back out to the neutral zone. Near side to Foglia. He lost the puck and out go the other way. The Jacks, they're onside. Begier sends it across. It will be tipped between the hash marks, but covering it up is Beaver. David Beaver with a 2.89 goals against average and a save percentage of .920. 16-10 remaining here in period number 2. 17 shots for Odessa, 13 for the IceRays. Corpus Christi again leads 1-0. One goal scorer, Nathan Butler, off a redirect right in front of Proctor. Coming away with it are the IceRays. They fire a pass attempt, but it reaches Proctor, so icing will be waved off. Failed clear attempt by Odessa. Coming away with it is Nekhemiev, as they have it from the left corner. Board battle won by Odessa. They play it out to the red line. Yates chases after. He gets a near side pass off to Hughes with a lot of open room. Fires a pass attempt across, but it's broken up defensively by the IceRays. That was off a diving play by Jensen. Odessa still applying offensive pressure below the goal line. Corpus Christi, though, does come away with it, and they clear their zone as they fire one from the logo. Caught by Proctor. And he gets a little extra jab as he thought about playing it and then smartly covered it back up. Staring him down was the leading scorer so far. Stepan Kuznetsov. 10 goals, 6 assists. 16 points for him. Again, he is my player to watch for this IceRays squad. 15-17 left to go here in period number 2. Duclair to take the draw in his own zone as he goes up against Butler. They have Yuri Eliash at the top of the right circle. They send it to the point. It's punched to the boards by Proctor. Sending it low was Miller. Firing it off the boards and out were the Jacks from number 25, Nick Ahern. IceRays send it to Butler on the near side. The right-hander fires it to the right side. They play pass and a shot. Saved by Proctor. Attempted the play all the way out to Ahern. It's broken up, and that one will fly over Proctor's net over to the left corner. Way through the blue paint, out the other way. Ahern tries to stretch it out for Perdian. IceRays turn it over. Just at the top of their own blue line. Duclair will just backhand it to the right corner. With it was Eliash. They turn it over. Ahern fires one right into a body in front. There's a down IceRay player. That's number 26 on a big collision on the near side. From Tallene on Butler this time. Brandon Rourke very slow to get back to Corpus's bench. As Tallene tried to cut away the angle, and now ferociously scheming the other way, or the IceRays as they tried to send it across from left to right. And never get a shot off on Proctor, whose net is currently angled more towards his left. He has to adjust it. Still no whistle as it's not fully set on its marks. 13:50 left to go here in period number 2. A long stretch pass will tip. Hoyard has it. He tries to flip it past the blocker side of Beaver, but it goes wide. Back up top. And he still keeps it alive on the blue line. Hoyard somehow finessing his way around, but he did cough it up at the half wall. A lot of back and forth here within his helm. He's on the far side. He left it to Wanamacher. They fire one. That kicks off the end wall and back up top. Coming away with it are the Jacks. And send it forward to Kelly. And trying to play it across, broken up at the red line. And catches the linesman right at Odessa's bench. They send it D to D near side. Kuhn with it. A burst of speed along the red line, now the blue. And trying to protect the puck into the wall he's ridden off. As he's joined by a fellow teammate. 3 IceRays in after it as well. Quick change on the fly for Odessa as they send on Bezier, who tries to stick lift Colby Seitz. And that one will bounce right past, or a tough read for him from the blue line. He's being pressured by Merkley. And he's having trouble playing it on the far side. Great play by him. They keep it alive, and it is found by Bezier. From the left circle, he fires one. Saved by Beaver. The rebound was there, but the Jacks could not retrieve it. 12:20 left to go here in period number 2. Shots and hits are coming aplenty here in this second period. And a long stretch pass from Proctor does connect with Mansfield. He's the only one in a Jacks jersey in the offensive zone as he waits and fires it across. It does catch a piece of something. Is broken up on the far side and is jabbed deeper by the Jacks. They send it from low to high. Now to Bankier. Back over to Devorny from the Bud Light logo. It's caught in the right mitt by Beaver. As there is a stick directly on the goal line in Beaver's net. Luckily, that didn't play into a factor. $11:53 left to go here in period number 2. 20 shots for Odessa, 18 for Corpus Christi. Draws to the right of Beaver. Looks like they were adjusting the clock. They put it back to 11:53. And now play will resume. Corpus Christi with it. Thrown off the boards on the near side. Retrieved by Bankier, who's backpedaling from his own zone. Had trouble playing it as Nekamiev was right in front of him. Send back to Dvorny. Near side. Snapped pass for Bankier. They find Hughes. Yates across. Now to Good. Good fires one. Hits a body in front. Hughes near side to Bankier. He lets one rip, and coming way out to play it was Beaver. Almost all the way up the right circle on the near side. Somehow still stretched it out with that right arm to cover it up. Changes coming for both parties here with 11:24 remaining in this second period of Corpus Christi having the lead with 1-0 is the score. Next meeting between these two teams will be February 4th and 5th. Hand is raised for icing. Beating it out will be Butler from the right corner as he's met by Tallene. Corpus Christi trying to settle it down, and a great block out in front by Christian. They fire another one right into the body of Tallene. And after it are the IceRays from the near side wall. And a missed pass will go all the way back to their own zone as O'Keefe has to pump the brakes and fire it north. They get a tip from Eliash. Send it up for Perdian. Perdian trying to send a pass near side to Duclair, who was not in the vicinity as it's dumped deep the other way. Jacks tag back up, coming out the play is Beaver. And they snap it from left to right. O'Keefe with it. Fires it forward to Eliash. Having trouble playing that one was Helm, as sending it below the goal line was Butler with 10:20 left to go here in period number 2. It's flung out by Odessa. Corpus Christi, a long stretch pass this time will connect with it as Eliash. A shot in front, saved by Proctor. It's loose, and it's tipped all the way back up top and slapped to center ice. That one's rifled off the end wall. Kuwait with it behind Proctor. Under 10 to play here in the second period. Odessa leads in shots by 1, 21-20. However, they trail where it matters on the scoreboard, 1-0. Hoyard with it. Didn't see an open man. It finally is possessed by Mike Manzo. He tries to send it low for Hoyard, who gets a little bit of it, but not enough to send it through the 4x6. Play forward to Dill. As he'll just pass it along to the red line. Caught out of midair by Proctor, and he'll receive a heavy snow shower after that. As an IceRay player gets dumped. That was number 17, Jack Wandmacher, who sprayed Proctor after he made the save. 9:20 left to go here in period number 2. And it looks like we might be sending some guilty parties to both penalty boxes to offset. Kusler being guided towards the Jacks penalty box. Jack Wanamacher will sit in the IceRays penalty box. Cross-checking will go against Kusler. I did not see the full call on Wanamacher, but it should be offsetting and should remain 5-on-5 hockey. And we'll see what referee Hunter Mottinger gives the official ruling over the PA system here. And they're actually just going to send both of them to make it 4-on-4. Just 2-minute minors for both sides. So some 4-on-4 hockey, some open ice for both teams. Certainly have been showcasing a lot of quick transitional play, especially here in this middle period with 9:20 left in it. From the ensuing offensive zone draw, Merkley will strip to the puck from the left circle. Foglio with it, tries to send it across on sportsmanlike conduct called on the IceRays player, and a follow-through shot by Kelly. Saved right in the logo by Beaver. As Bankier was upended, up in the face, he still has his right hand over it as referee Hunter Mottinger is checking on him to see if there's blood. It's a high-sticking call assessed to number 12, Brady Carlock. Just a 2-minute minor high-sticking. So we went from 4-on-4 hockey for just about 18 seconds. Now we will have 4-on-3 for a minute 42. This is the second Jersey Mike power play opportunity for the Odessa Jackalopes. Here in game number 1, 4-on-3, even more open ice to work with. Duclair wins it back. Ahern with it. And it rolled right past his tape and back out to the neutral zone. Unfortunate for Ahern, but they regroup. Duclair races in along the far side. Gets around one IceRays player. And they'll send it back to Ahern. Now they regroup successfully. Ahern just lets one fly. He catches the boards behind Beaver. Ramps back up top to Tallene. Having trouble playing it on the Jacks here on this power play opportunity from the left circle. Down low to Duclair. Back to the left circle dot. Out in front. They tried to send it from circle to circle by Ahern, who had his stick possibly slashed out of his hand. He looked right to the ref. No call on the play. 8:15 left to go. Here in the second period. 50 seconds left of 4-on-3 power play time. And almost dangling his way through the opposition was Tallene. Ahern with it. He fires a shot in the body in front, and it caroms over to the boards on the far side. Ahern picks it right back up from the left circle. He feeds good. Now Tallene. They have it in the left circle. Across for Good. He soccers it to his blade. Good. Back up top. Tallene with a blast saved by Beaver. And a Jackalope player, Ahern, gets dumped into Beaver's net. They transition it to Good, who fires one. Saved by Beaver, and the rebound is retrieved in the left corner. Just 10 seconds left of 4-on-3 power play time, and coming away with it is Corpus Christi. As they are 1-on-1 with Good, as he's backpedaling. Good poke check by him defensively as they snap it near side to Yates, who races in. Yates with it in the right corner. 10 seconds left of power play time. Now it's just 5-on-4. Good fires one in and out of the right glove of Beaver, who's stumbling. He might actually caught that one off the mask. He's all sorts of staggering in between the pipes on him on the far side. I'm keeping an eye on that. As now a Jackalope player goes down. That was Good, getting high sticked. These two teams were tied for 4th in the South Division with 427 penalty minutes. High sticking is the call against Danny Nekamiev. So another power play opportunity for the Jacks. This time it's going to be 5-on-4 to start. Unlike the 4-on-3 that they have, they lead in shots 25-21. They trail the IceRays 1-0. Moyer wins it over to Ahern. Him and Bankier play catch. Ahern back up top to Bankier. From the left circle to the right. Ahern fires one wide. And he put so much heat behind it, it will go all the way back down in front of Corpus Christi's bench. As Bankier will have to pump the brakes behind Proctor as he looks to start the surge the other way with it. And we'll find Duclair on the far side along the left wing. He dances around two players. He gets upended. That will go no called with 6:15 left to go here in period number 2. And zone entry was denied as he was upended. Duclair finds Ahern. They are onside. Ahern with it, far side along the left wing wall. He tries to avoid a player, but he actually jumps into him and catches the head of the opposition. So this will be a penalty against Ahern, who will head right to the penalty box. He obviously frustrated with what he had just did. The IceRays player went back to the bench. I'm not seeing any medical attention. It was a It was a quick delayed penalty. Oh no, they bring Ahern back out. They are, and they might be giving him a game misconduct. There's 5:55 left to go here in period number 2, and it's a 5-minute major on Nick Ahern, I believe, for head contact. As he tried to leap around the opposition to carry his momentum. He's cross-checking, and a game misconduct is what it will go down on the score sheet as. He's listed as 5'10", 170 pounds. The Chicago, Illinois native, unfortunately, will not be in action for the rest of game number 1. And a 5-minute major when down a goal. Definitely doesn't help the Jackalopes. However, they have, again, a lot of short-handed tallies as Tallene fires one wide. He's got 3. Manzo tries to play it back up top. It's 4-on-4 right now for 45 seconds. As O'Hare comes away with it. He'll twist one back to Manzo. He'll stretch it to the near side for Jack Christian. He'll switch with Tallene. Over to Manzo. Manzo's being watched, and he fires a blind pass backwards that's picked off by the IceRays. Manzo gets back in time, and he'll deflect that with his skate. And O'Hare will come away with it. Now numbers if they can hurry for Odessa. They kind of lost their steam through the neutral zone. Manzo across, broken up by the IceRays, and now they will transition for numbers the other way. Near side to Elliott, or to Casey, I should say, as he tries to send a low near side pass to Contreras. Collected by Christian. And played out to Kusler. Wants a kill off time. And he'll rifle one into the left corner. 4:40 left to go here in period number 2. Nick Ahern out of this game. Cross-checking is the call. And a game misconduct for number 25, who again has had the last 2 game-winning goals for the Jackalopes. This is his 6th game in a Jacks jersey and also in the NAHL. They send it all the way back up top. Kept alive by Carlock as that shot goes wide into the left corner. Over to the far side for Dill. They send it back up to the blue line. Carlock over to Dill. They try to muscle it right through the crease, but there to make the save was Proctor with 4:07 remaining here in period number 2. And on these majors, you can score as many times as you want. There's obviously the downside to being on that, and of course you won't have Ahern for the rest of the game. Hopefully he doesn't receive any more disciplinary actions, because he has a pivotal role for this Jack squad, even though he's been in just a small handful of games for them. He's got one of the best shots on the team already, and you were able to see quite a bit of it last weekend as a good intercept was left. Kelly with it. He'll enter first. Kelly waits, toe drag, shoots, saved by Beaver. They get a pass back to Brady Carlock. We'll send it on to the stick of Wanamaker. Wanamaker gets it back. He sends one forward. That stays wide of Proctor's net. 3:30 left to go here in the second period. Jacks sweep it all the way out from the half boards. Mansfield eyeing down Beaver. He'll send it around the yellow trim to the near side. Mansfield throws a hit on Jensen. He does come away with the puck. 3:15 left to go here in the second period. 2:15 I should say left of the 5-minute major that was assessed to Nick Ahern. As the puck is played to the left of Proctor. There's been a lot of back and forth penalties in this second period, but none more important to kill off than this 5-minute major for the Jacks. As Corpus hasn't really had a lot of setup time on this major, as that shot will go high and wide. Sent back up top to Foglia. Jacks come away with it. Tallene sends it forward to Good. Good racing after. He's got Duclair. Good stick handling. Shovels it just wide. And he flips it right back to Beaver for the whistle. And that was kicked off its pegs as well, as Beaver laid down. They're trying to cut off the angle, but two of the fastest skaters in Jack's jerseys were out there for that breakaway. And again, in the blink of an eye, this team may be down a man, but they certainly are still just as dangerous on the kill as they are on even strength. As now from this whistle, they didn't have anybody in the box initially. They send Manzo across the way to serve the remaining 136 of Nick Ahern's 5-minute major. 2:30 left to go here in the second period. Corpus Christi leads 1-0. As the IceRays come away with it behind their netminder. Foglio with it. They say onside as he sends it into the left corner. Warrior throws it off the glass. And then whack at it was Perdian. And it caroms back out to the neutral zone. Play near side to Wild. Couette breaks it up. Wild right back at the red line. He'll send it to the right side now, and it's snapped deep by Casey. Again, the lone goal so far in this game was a redirect by Butler back in the first period. Or gets a skate on that frozen rubber. Batting it out in midair was Hoyer as he tries to throw his body weight around on Jensen on the far side. IceRays come away with it. 35 seconds left to go on their power play opportunity that they've had for a decent chunk of Ahern's 5-minute major. Again, have maybe only put up about one shot on Proctor, maybe one good quality shot. It's been a great defensive kill so far by the Jacks, who entered this evening's game ranked 10th on the kill. 15 seconds left before we go back to 5-on-5 hockey, and through the screen, Proctor comes up with the save with 1:07 left to go here in the second period. 27 shots for Odessa, 24 for Corpus Christi. And the IceRays 28th out of 29th in the NAHL for power play percentage at 11.1%. The Jacks are 84.6% on the kill. They have 13 seconds before Manzo can hop out of the box. Again, he is just serving the tail end of what Ahern's major penalty was. Worked back up to the top of the right point. IceRays have it in the right circle now. They send it to Carlock. Manzo's out of the box. And a great successful kill by Odessa. Tallene unable to clear their zone. Applying pressure is Curtis. They send it back out in front. Swiping at it were the Jacks. And retrieving it is Odessa. They play it near side to Yates. Yates with it from the right circle. He tries to get a shot off. He does. It's a left kick saved by Beaver. And they're trying to play back out to the slot from the near side. It's possessed by Corpus Christi. A shot is sent wide of Proctor. Just 15 seconds left to go here in period number 2. IceRays up 1-0. They tip it back out to the red line. Snap it deep, but Corpus Christi's still offside. As Butler is applying pressure with 5 seconds left to go here in the period. Flipped forward by Tallene, and that will do it for period number 2. As 40 minutes is in the book, it's a 1-goal differential game here at the Ector County Coliseum, as just 14 shots were put up on the board for Corpus Christi. 16 that period for your Odessa Jackalopes. 1-0 IceRays lead after 2 periods of play. Stay tuned on Hockey TV or on our audio-only YouTube live channel for the conclusion of game number 1, which will take place in about 17-18 minutes or so. Again, I'll be back with the final period of regulation. Corpus Christi still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody listening on Hockey TV or on our audio-only YouTube live channel over on the Odessa Jackalopes YouTube page. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in or wherever you may be as we get set for the final period of regulation here in game number 1. A lot at stake for the Odessa Jackalopes. They have scored in every game this season. And the IceRays have not shut out a team this season. Therefore, meaning Beaver does not have a shutout under his belt. Proctor earned second start of the week for last week after recording 2 wins, 4 goals against the New Mexico Ice Wolves, 2 each night, and recorded 71 saves. He had 1 get by him and 24 shots. Here in game number 1, it was back in the first period off the stick of Nathan Butler, who now takes over for the leading scorer amongst the IceRays roster with 7 goals, 10 assists in the regular season. Beaver's last win was actually during that stretch of wins for the IceRays. It was back on December 3rd. He had 4 goals against and 40 saves in a win against the Wichita Falls Warriors, who are currently tied with, we just saw it earlier, not tied, they're trailing the Mudlarks 3-0 in the third period. It is the El Paso Rhinos and the New Mexico Ice Wolves who were tied now with about 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first. The Ice Wolves have a 2-1 lead. That game will finish last among all the 13 games taking place across the North American Hockey League here this evening. Again, a Saturday and Sunday matchup between Amarillo and Lone Star. Both of these teams will go into the holiday break after tomorrow's game in Corpus. You know, it depends. Some players might fly out of Midland area, but nonetheless, they will also be heading into the holiday break after the conclusion of tomorrow's game. A big note to talk about: Nick Ahern, a very talented player acquired from the USHL by head coach Scott Dewar as he came down from the Waterloo Blackhawks. He got a cross-checking game misconduct and a cross-checking major, so a 25-minute penalty for Nick Ahern. That is now his second game misconduct in his 6 games here with the Jacks. But just an unfortunate incident as he tried to cut around the defense and accidentally caught an IceRay player up in the head. Bezier racing after it. He drops it back to Kusler. Doesn't get a lot on it. Diving to send it back up top was Kusler. Tallene will drape it into the corner. Christian with it. He plays it out in front. Deflects up and over Beaver's net. Beaver still sprawling around without his stick. He is given one now by a defenseman. That was Jensen, the assistant captain, realizing his netminder needed a paddle. A lot thinner than what he's used to. Jacks have to be aware of that as Bezier still applying the pressure. Jensen without a stick. As it's in the hands of Beaver, a low shot. Kick to the side by Beaver. To the wall. Jensen still without a stick. Mansfield in after it. Changes on the fly for Odessa. As Mansfield's able to keep it alive. He sends it to Tallene. In front, and they score! They tie the game thanks to Tanya Bezier. A minute and 4 seconds in to period number 3. It's the 3rd straight game for Tanya Bezier to score a goal, giving him a 3-game point streak and a crucial turning point here at the Ector County Coliseum. The 29th shot will go down as the Jacks' first goal, and what a huge sigh of relief, I'm sure, amongst players in black and red jerseys opposite of me from the broadcast booth. A lot of pressure during that intermission break between periods 2 and 3, and they come out firing. Tanya Bezier right in front of Beaver. We'll make it a 1-1 game. 64 seconds is all it took for the Jacks to tie things up here in the final period. Or actually, they put it up as number 30. They lead in shots 30-24. It is now a brand new game. Bazier's been feeling kind of hot lately as he gets his third straight game with a goal. He's been a guy that I've really have liked his style of game since kind of seeing all these players first, and especially first meeting them out in Minnesota prior to the showcase, and wasn't in the lineup a lot to begin with in the early stages, but has been receiving a lot of ice time in the last few weeks. And one thing I do have to say is, of course, obviously, we love seeing the Carrots fly over that glass, but when the away team scores, that doesn't happen. You get right back into the swing of things. Obviously, momentum is a big factor in sporting events, and hopefully the Jacks can keep the momentum on their side, as that one is rifled from the red line into the safety netting. But a little break in the action to pick up all those Carrots sometimes can catch the other team and give them a little bit of a breather when you kind of want to just keep firing on all cylinders and keep getting pucks towards the enemy goalie, as they will bring it to the near side dot, furthest from Odessa's bench after it tipped up and into the safety netting. So it's a neutral zone draw. They go D to D far side, and sending it around was Kevin O'Keefe. Kelly being watched, was able to send it through the logo. Duclair will retrieve it. Claire sends it off a tip stick, so icing is waved off after Dylan Wild got a piece of it. Picking it up near side is Contreras. And this is the best scoring period still for Odessa as big bodies collide between Duclair and number 24, Dylan Wild. As Beaver will send it around. IceRays denied of still their first shutout this season, as that's going to be a well-delayed penalty called against Hoyer. Holding is called as number 26, Braden Rourke, went down. Hoyer looked over to him to see if he was going to get called. In a few seconds, maybe it felt like eternity for Hoyer, but nonetheless, the arm did go up in the air from referee Hunter Mottinger. So it's going to be a power play for Corpus Christi. It's their fourth man advantage here this evening. Another Kenner printing penalty kill for the Odessa Jackalopes. The last one that they were on was a 5-minute major. It wasn't fully used as the Jacks were coming off a power play themselves. A wide shot will be punched to the wall by Proctor. Picked up in the corner by Dill. The assistant captain with it. Passes it back up to the point. Carlock will possess it to Jensen. Near side. Down low to Carlock. And my apologies, that was while they tried to shovel it out in front. It's loose, and coming out to play it just to the left of him was Proctor. 17:32 left to go here in period number 3. 1:32 left on the Kenner printing penalty kill for your Odessa Jackalopes. I just think the biggest talking point about this South Division this year is usually there's always one or two teams that kind of just get pushed over and bullied all season long, but you're not really seeing that this year, as every team has a long shot. He's saved in the chest by Proctor, no rebound to come. That came off the stick of number 26, Braden Rourke, as there's some more pushing and shoving after the whistle. Some teams, again, in the last few seasons for Odessa, they 9-12 win seasons. Corpus Christi, obviously not in action last year, and the COVID year didn't pan out too well for them. New Mexico, in their inaugural season, finished second to last that year, as well as the following year, as the linesman goes down in a heap. from that IceRays offensive zone draw. Offside are the Jacks. Actually, they say play on as Manzo never tagged back up, so they snap it from left to right. With it is Helm. And a play is blown dead from the referee. As they will bring this back out to a neutral zone drop. But every team in the South Division has 20-plus points under their belt. No other division can say that. This was also the division that had everybody in double digits for quite some time before all the other divisions joined them. So it's very tough to get points, but it seems like everybody is either going into overtime or splitting weekend series, as it's going to be a tripping call against Bankier. Play continues on as that shot will flutter just to the outside of Proctor's net as they finally touch it up. And to the power play, Corpus goes once again. Their fifth man advantage here this evening. There's 40 seconds left on Hoyard's minor, so this is going to be a 5-on-3 as Bankier will head to the box. Tripping is called against him. .16:40 left to go here in period number 3. 5-on-3 for 40 seconds. Charlie Merkley to take it and send it back up top to Jensen. Two-man advantage for the IceRays, tied for 7th place in the South Division. It's played behind Proctor's net. Back up top for Jensen. Is above the right circle. They send it to Carlock. Jensen fires one. Hits the boards on the near side and played back up top to the blue line with Carlock. Trying the head fake. Left circle, a shot. Whistles wide. Through the traffic. Carlock with it again. Sends it up for Dill. Dill from right to left, and he comes back with a shot of his own and beats Proctor on the near side to make it a 2-1 Corpus lead. And there was just 5 seconds left on Hoyard's minor. And if it happened about 6 seconds later or 5 seconds later, Bankier also would have been out because it would have been on his penalty. But now the Jacks still have 1:25 left to kill off. It will now go to 5-on-4. Zach Dill, number 23, gives his team the lead once again here in game number 1. A shot from the right circle, went over to the left side. He ended up getting it back. And he didn't miss on that second opportunity that he was given. IceRays have it on the far side. They send it out in front and they fire a poke check right past Proctor, as that was off of Stepan Kuznetsov. Jacks trying to break out the other way, maybe for a short-handed opportunity, and goes null and void as picking up from the red line is Perdian. He's got 4 power play goals under his belt. Trying to send it to the right side for Kuwait. It was broken up by Curtis as he's shoveled away from the puck. Proctor comes out to settle it down. He passes it to the left side. 30 seconds left of Kenner printing penalty kill for the Jacks. A slap shot redirects into the corner. Proctor gets upended in front by an IceRay player, and that one hits off the outside of the net. That was right in front of the referee. No call was on the play. As they play it out in front, it's retrieved by Duclair, who gets around a man, is taken down, and that will draw a hand raised against Corpus Christi. As they're not touching it up, they have to, usually when they don't play it for a second or two, they already blow the whistle, but IceRays is not looking to have 4-on-4 hockey, as Bankier is 1 second away from hopping out of the box. So now Odessa, after this 4-on-4 will expire in 1 second, will go to a man advantage. Bankier is out. Across the way. He'll head to the bench to send on Dvorny. Power play opportunity, 1:50 left. 14:30 left to go here in regulation. Tallene head fakes the opposition. He'll send it to Hughes. Back up top to the point. Swept to the near side to Dvorny. Dvorny fires it across the good. Doesn't have a lane. Tallene fires one. And he catches a player out in front. That was Colby Seitz. And they caught the safety netting, so a whistle. An offensive zone draw to come for the Odessa Jackalopes. One back up top. 1:30 left. They twirl it back for Tallene, but he was not in the correct position for it, so they have to retreat from their own zone. And a pass to Dvorny. Doesn't connect from D to D. Luckily, the shot from an IceRays player went wide of Proctor. Played near side to Hughes. Hughes will wait. I'll send it to Dvorny. We'll gain the red line and fire it deep. Hughes to retrieve it. He's in the right corner. Power play opportunity, 5-on-4 advantage for Odessa as there's a delayed call now. And this looks like it's going to go against Hughes, as there was an IceRays player that was taken down in that board battle in the corner. Hughes pleading his case. He's not going to change the referee's mind. And they called a 4-minute double minor on Hughes for high sticking, so blood was drawn as a towel to the face for Brady Carlock over on the bench with that bench door open right by backup netminder Stefan Carney. So 1 minute of 4-on-4 hockey, then there will be a 3-minute double minor carryover for the Corpus Christi IceRays. If they score on it, it will then cut right into 2. Dvorny with it, fires it across. That's the Jack Center on the far side. Entering first was Bankier. He gets it off to Perdian. Perdian tries to wrap around. He whipped it right out to the circles. Butler plays it across. Turned it over. Duclair with it. Right circle. Across. Purdy fires. Scores! A 4-on-4 goal to tie things back up at 2 apiece. J.R. Perdian stomps the monkey off his back and makes it a 2-2 game. What a turnover, a costly one against Corpus Christi. Duclair smartly plays it from right to left for a waiting Perdian, who fires a slap shot right past Beaver. No chance on that. As J.R. Perdian gets his first goal since November 5th against El Paso, and then game number 1. Just updating things on social media. Again, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on our YouTube channel, where we provide audio-only coverage of Jackalopes games, as well as posting goal highlights after the weekend series. J.R. Perdian from Strongsville, Ohio, makes it 2-2. There's still 34 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. Carlock still with that helmet off. He's being assessed still, so there definitely has had to be significant blood as he's still being assessed by the trainers on the IceRays bench. So that was unfortunate to Hughes, obviously, because he had that double minor to serve, but he's in the box right now as he had to look from the outside as Purdy netted the Jacks' second goal here this evening. Coming away with it are the Jacks. Momentum back in their favor, although they turned it over at the logo. Curtis with it on the far side. Played it out in front, and great defensive awareness by Devorny. A follow-up shot saved by Proctor. They send it to O'Hare, near side. The Barcelona, Spain native with it along the left wing wall. We'll play it off the near side boards, racing from the penalty box across the way was Braden Rourke. As there's 2 minutes and 50 seconds left of a double minor assessed to Hughes. 12:20 left to go here in period number 3. Jacks lead in shots 31-30. Block it out in front to the near side for Merkley. Back up top to the point. They send it from right to left, and a shot from Jensen hit a body in front. Kept alive at the top of the blue line. That one will go offside as regrouping are the IceRays, led by Wanamaker. Corpus with it behind Beaver, who's allowed 2 goals on 31 shots, as has Alex Proctor, 200 feet the other way where the puck is played behind him now. Wanamaker send it to the wall. It's played back out to the red line as Seitz has to snap it near side. He heads to the bench for a quick change as it's slapped deep by Orr. Great defensive play by him and turns head forward to the bench. Hustles right off. Great change defensively by this Jacks group, getting new legs on the ice here on the kill with 1:35 left on it. And just about 3 minutes of double minor time. Power play wise for Corpus Christi as they have converted on one-man advantage so far here in game number 1. This is their 6th power play opportunity. Odessa has had 4. They're 0 for 4. Eliash with it. They send it out in front. Butler looking for a tip. Doesn't get it this time as he tipped it into the safety netting for a halt to play. 10:51 left to go here in the third. 1:11 left on Hughes' minor. Neutral zone draw. Coming off of that Butler tip. He's back to take the draw up against Chris Duclair. Duclair wins it. Christian will fire it deep. Rourke with it, being pestered by Duclair. Having to pick it up is Curtis. The captain brings it out behind Beaver. A race from the blue line to the red and softly plays it deep. After it, it's the 6'4" Uri Eliash. They send it to him near side. He fans on a pass attempt. Duclair tries to break it up. Eliash with it again. Rourke sends it across. A snapshot rings iron on the far side. Proctor's best friend making a save there. Off the stick of Curtis. Eliash with it. Just under 30 seconds left on the Kenner printing penalty kill for Odessa as Tallene sends Butler right into the boards. Three IceRays players digging away at it. Frozen rubber will come loose. Tallene fires at the length of the ice. Proctor stick tapping, alerting his team that Hughes is about to exit. And as we get ready to go back to even strength hockey, there's a man right in front of Hughes' door. Will remain on the ice, and we're back to 5-on-5. Near side with it is Merkley. Merkley will drape the shoulder, gets around Devorny as he brings it from right to left. All the way back up top for Jensen. He fires one caught by Proctor. And no rebound as he gets a round of applause, as do the rest of the Jack squad who have had to kill off a plethora of penalties here this evening. A 5-minute major. They had to go off they had that 5-on-3 go against them, which was the goal that was scored to at one point put the IceRays up 2-1. And they had to kill off that double minor. So some odd power play opportunities for Corpus. But for the Jacks, a big talking point is that, again, that the penalty kill has been very tremendous for them. They entered this evening's matchup killing the last 20. Again, they've had 6 penalties. 6 penalties they've had to kill off so far this evening. They've only allowed 1. So out of the last 26, they've only allowed 1 power play goal. And Corpus enters this weekend 28th out of 29th among North American Hockey League teams on the power play percentage at 11.1%. So they struggle when up a man, but the Jacks, you can see the speed ever so present with a man in the box, and they can do wonders as well on 4-on-4, as you saw there between Duclair. That exchange between Duclair and J.R. Pernian that netted the tying goal, and that's where we stand, 2-2 with 9:20 remaining here in period number 3. Both teams over 30 shots. Corpus Christi averages 29.41 shots per game. The Jacks average 30.56 as they have it from their own zone. Dvorny passes it forward to Good. Hilaire mail it diagonally into the right corner. Hughes tries to set up Good. Good comes away with it. We'll drape it back. A lot of real estate for Odessa as they fire one from the right circle. They try to jab at it towards the outside of Beaver's net, but the IceRays come away with it. On to Contreras. He sends it forward to Wild. He's pinned up against the boards by Dvorny. They turn it over deep. It's chipped off the boards and back up top. Jensen fires one. It's tipped, redirected, but pushed aside by Odessa. Yates with it on the far side. Yates tries to finesse his way around the opposition. Good will get it to Hughes. Good's pass will ride the stanchion. He's picked up by Yates. He's rubbed off the puck and back up to the blue line. It will be played. Kept alive by Kuit. The turnover, and now racing the other way are the IceRays. They have it on Wild stick. Wild from the left circle, caught by Proctor, and no rebound from the left-handed save from the Dallas, Texas native. 9 left to go here in regulation. A tied hockey game at the Jack Shack. Offensive zone draw for Corpus Christi. A lot to play for them, obviously, here this weekend. In jeopardy of falling into last place in the South Division. An aggressive win by Odessa. Mansfield with it. Mansfield, a quick sauce pass. And knifing at it was Beaver. They get 2 shots, or at least a follow-through off. I thought that second one was going to reach him, but it slid wide. And Manzo gets dumped as it's sent all the way back down into Jets territory. Or will pivot. He snaps it to the near side all the way out to center ice. Eliash will drape it back to the defense. Send it near side back to Eliash. Eliash fires one. He tried to go top shelf over Proctor. He missed, and it's sent back out to center ice. Eliash was offside, so he can't touch it, or will collect it. 7:25 left to go here in period number 3. Jacks have come back twice. They have not led here in game 1. Almost touching it quickly was Perdian. They chop it over to Kelly on the near side, who's onside, and he's trying to backhand it deeper. He gets a second chance opportunity at it as he put it into the left corner. Coming away with was Kuznetsov. He is promptly met. A good poke check by Perdian. Perdian sends it up for Kelly. He's got room. He fires one, saved by Beaver. And the puck is loose for Tallinn on the far side. We'll send it around for Duclair, and a pass out in front. Saved by Beaver off a shot from Kelly. 6:40 left to go here in the third. Interesting to see Kelly out there with Purdy and Duclair. Of course, because Nick Ahern out for the rest of this game due to a game misconduct that happened back in the second period. Again, you could tell how frustrated he was not only with himself, but of course from the looks of it, at least from my perspective, I do not believe he was trying to intentionally make contact with the head. Icing is waved off. But it is unfortunate that he did, and we hope to see him in a Jacks jersey tomorrow, as it's the teddy bear toss night, and again, one of the biggest nights of the season for any team across the hockey landscape. Kusler with it, right in front of the enemy's bench. They're trying to pass off out in front. Mansfield couldn't tuck it home as he was on the doorstep. Sending it deep was DeVorney. Mansfield comes away with it. Below the goal line. A pass out in front. That one will kick wide. And the net is also pushed off its pegs with 5:55 remaining here in period number 3. Odessa is able to make changes. Corpus Christi is not, due in part to them dislodging their own net. And that mayhem that was right at the front of their crease. DeVorney with it, just below the blue line. He'll fire one into an enemy leg. Getting that block shot was Colby Seitz. DeVorney flipped it deep. Jacks almost come away with it. IceRays have it on the far side as they play it in front of the benches. Swept cross ice. DeVorney sends it deep again. Beaver comes out to quickly settle it down. It will not touch the safety netting and remain in the IceRays zone, held up against the half wall on the near side. 2 Jackson after it. A third joins, that's Yates. He's being watched by Jack Wanamacher. It's still pinned up against the yellow trim. No whistle from referee Hunter Mottinger. It's one loose by the Jacks. They send it across, and it's broken up on the far side by Zach Dill, who's taken down, and then Hughes gets upended from behind as well. That was by number 17, Jack Wanamacher. Cross-checking is the call with 5 minutes left to go. Here in regulation, another power play opportunity for the Corpus Christi IceRays. We are 1 for 6 so far this evening. Draw will be to the glove side of Proctor, his left, our right. IceRays send it back up top to the point. O'Hara applying pressure. He's able to send it back out to center ice. Great work by him on the kill. Again, he missed the last 6 games. Coming back from an injury. His last game was November 26th. He's currently on a 3-game point streak. They send it to Merkley on the near side. He snaps it rink wide as the IceRays enter on the far side. Proctor comes out to knife at it as it banks off the end wall. Jensen down low to apply the forecheck for Corpus Christi, as that one will go all the way back up top to the point, kept alive by Merkley. And the Jacks successfully clear their zone. Once again, they send on 4 new skaters. About 16 minutes elapsed here in period number 3. 1:05 left of penalty killing time for Odessa. It's the 7th time they're on the kill here this evening. With it is the captain, Curtis. He weaves his way in. They get a pass out in front, and great poke check. I believe that came from the stick of Kusler, and it did. He gets another one. And backhanded out in front. And Tallene will send it to the wall. Tallene and Eliash battling hard right in front of Proctor. Tallene with his long stick gets a poke check off on Butler, who has the puck on the far side. He's got Eliash on the near side. Sends it to him. The top of the circle, he fired one. Saved by Proctor. And an IceRay player cut behind Proctor. And that was number 16, Stefan Kuznetsov. Play continues on. A slap shot. And a body in front. It's backhanded up top by Odessa, but not out, as Eliash keeps it alive. He sends it to Kuznetsov. Anxiously waiting to get out is Hughes, and a shot is saved through the traffic by Proctor. with under 3 minutes left to go here in the third as Hughes exits the box, and we go back to 5-on-5 hockey. Another great penalty kill by Odessa. Corpus has applied some pressure in their last few power play opportunities, and they have scored one. This period it was a power play goal. And you just saw that the Rhinos are currently leading New Mexico 3-2 as they change sides of the drop for this offensive zone draw. Duclair to take it up against Michael Casey. Duclair wins it back to DeVorney. DeVorney will wrist one off the boards all the way back out to the neutral zone. Corpus Christi has it as Casey fires it below the goal line. A big hit on the far side. Duclair picks it up. He's got Kelly with him on the near side. Duclair races in. There's one side. Duclair tries to pass it back, and it was blocked out in front by Foglia. Sends it to back here. They try to tip out in front. No one was home for Kelly. With him on the far side is Contreras. They get a shot off, but it's covered by Beaver for the whistle. 2:24 remains here in regulation of a 2-2 hockey game here from the Ector County Coliseum. 39 shots for Odessa, 37 for Corpus Christi. Jacks win it. Yates will twist it deep. Good is in after it. To the left of Beaver. He wins the board battle. Sends it back up top to Orr, who fanned on a shot attempt. And Seitz will play it out. As hit from Hughes in the process. Orr with it. From behind his netminder. Had trouble playing it. Will send it back to Connor Kuwit. Will fire it a forward pass to Hughes, who exits the zone. Sends it deeper into enemy territory as all offensive players were momentarily below the goal line for Odessa. Hughes with it. Back up top to Orr. He fires one. It's punched to the glass by Beaver. Sauce near side to Orr with some room in his shot. Tipped high but remained in play. Yates with it on the far side. Yates will leave it. Coming away with it, a loose stick. IceRays player without one. It's played out in front as that was Jensen again without a stick. This time, however, it's not in the hands of Beaver. It's at Corpus Christi's blue line. Yates with it. He'll enter first. And dropped it back for Hoyard, who lost it between his legs. And it's backhanded near side by Corpus Christi. Jacks have it defensively. 65 seconds left to go here in the game. Christian with it. Goes coast to coast, and he fires one through the crease out the other way. And a fan pass attempt from the Jacks has Corpus with it the other way. Corpus loses it. They're offside, so they have to regroup from the neutral zone. Hoyard with it. That's it. Deke his way past number 17, Jack Wanamacher. It's poke checked into the corner. Tallinn in after it. Played through the crease, but is picked up by Manzo, who fires it over to the near side. 30 seconds left to go. Here in regulation, 2-2 is the score. 39 shots to 37 in favor of Odessa as they pin it up against the boards. We are just 18 seconds away from going into overtime. The last game here at the Ector County Coliseum was a shootout as it's played back up top and a hit up high against Odessa. As number 27, Colby Seitz, was hit up high by Trevor Tallinn, and it's a Corpus Christi power play with 6.1 seconds left. It's a head contact. It's just 2 minutes though. 6.1 seconds left. We've seen some last-second goals, but the Jacks, this is the most crucial face-off of the evening. It's in their own zone to the near side, to the left hand of Proctor. They win it back to DeVorney, who will just look to rag the last few seconds left on the clock here in regulation, who fires it off the boards, and both teams will pick up a point here in game number one. So to overtime we go here from the Ector County Coliseum. The second straight game for the Jacks that has exceeded 60 minutes. The Jacks have 11 points now, make that 12 in overtime. They are 4-0 in the 5-minute 3-on-3, but of course because Tallinn has that minor against them, it will start 4-on-3 in favor of the visiting team, and they are 1-1 in the shootout. As for the Corpus Christi IceRays, they are 10th overall in the North American Hockey League in overtime. They are 2-2 in the first 5 minutes, and they are 1-0 in a shootout. So as of right now, the Jacks are currently tied with Amarillo for the first place spot in the South Division. And Shreveport was up still on Wichita Falls. They're looking for their 6th straight win. Again, they were just on an 8-game losing streak and have been kind of steamrolling over some teams recently. I mean, remarkably, a few weeks ago, they not only swept Amarillo, who are in first place, but also shut them out both nights. So that was kind of a shocker amongst the South Division and across the NAHL. The Jacks, again, 4-0 in the first 5 minutes of overtime. Corpus Christi is 2-2. And win it back to DeVorny. We'll fire it deep. A minute 50 of penalty kill time for the Jacks. They've been here last week in Game 2 against the Ice Wolves, as they had to kill off a overtime penalty kill, just like they are doing right now in their offside call against Corpus Christi. So this will be brought back out to a neutral zone dot. This is the 8th power play for the IceRays here this evening. Again, both these teams entered this weekend tied for 4th in penalty minutes in the South Division at 427. With it is Carla. After a few second efforts, he is able to get it deep. It's chopped out by DeVorny. He's working it against Jensen along the half wall. And great effort by him to dump it deep. The 3 men in black and red remain out on the ice. Bankier and Kusler, the other 2. A missed pass will be picked up by DeVorny as he looks to kill off some more time, and he'll fire it all the way down. Went to Beaver's net as he works on it as his team makes changes. Again, 4 skaters out in the cream colors, being the primary color. Red for the numbers on the back. They send it up to Eliash, back up top to the left circle. Back to the point. Left circle, they shoot one, and it caroms up and behind Proctor's net. Well, it was off the stick of Rourke. They send it to Eliash. They play catch with Rourke. They fire one wide of Proctor's net, and all the way back out to center ice it will go. They're trying to catch Proctor on that far side from the left circle. And it was off the stick of Stepan Kuznetsov. Just 15 seconds left on the penalty kill for Odessa. Kuznetsov with it. He's below the goal line towards the right of Proctor. He'll skate away from danger. He's at the top of the point now. Sends it to the left circle, and a shot rattles wide and all the way back out again. And out racing is Tallinn. Fresh from the box. He's 1-on-1. He shovels it out in front and collides with Beaver. And they're going to call a penalty on Tallinn as the IceRays have it racing the other way. And that one deflects in off the skate of the Corpus Christi player. That's number 9, Kevin O'Keefe. And the IceRays win in overtime. And a lot of waiting around for Odessa. They thought that they were offside at least. And the Blues raining down here at the Ector County Coliseum. Corpus Christi takes home 2 points in game number 1. Hunter Mottinger, no one has left from Odessa's bench yet, as referee goes and talks to head coach Scott Dewar. They remain on the bench. Everybody in the opposing jersey has already just about exited the ice. And if this stands, which it looks like it will, head coach Scott Dewar not pleased with it. Everybody, it appeared that in a black and red jersey thought play was going to resume, or at least maybe they were going to change their mind. They don't. And then Proctor will flip the puck back towards the opposing team. It was Kevin O'Keefe's first goal this season, as obviously everybody wants their game puck. Scott Dewar went right over to and that is just a tough way to end game number 1 here from the Ector County Coliseum. 2:51 remain here in extra time. And the large crowd here at the Jack Shack displeased, to say the least, with the outcome of game number 1. Their team does technically, for right now, tie first place, Amarillo Wranglers, but they don't pick up the extra point, and they lose their first game in the extra hockey in that 5-minute span, as it happened in a very quick fashion, and of course ended in a way that many were displeased about. We'll be back tomorrow with game number 2, and again, the way things ended, it should be a very interesting end before the holiday break. Of course, it is that pivotal teddy bear toss for the Odessa Jackalopes. Corpus had theirs last week. They did score, but they were swept by the Amarillo Wranglers, who now the Jacks are tied with for first place. Take you around the North American Hockey League real quick to see how some other teams are faring. Shreveport beats the Warriors 4-2 for their 6th straight win, as they were going a little bit of a hot streak before the break. And El Paso up on New Mexico 5-2 with about 10:30 left to go in the second period. So that's going to bode well for the Odessa Jackalopes, who will be ahead of them by 2 points if that result holds between El Paso and New Mexico. Again, 36 points now. The Jacks have a record of 17-9-1-1 for 36 points. They have their 3-game win streak snapped. The IceRays have their 2-game losing streak snapped. And they have their 12th win on the season as they go to 26 points and pick up the extra point to possibly keep them at they are, because Shreveport won their game. So they are still tied in 7th place currently with the Shreveport Mudbugs. If El Paso wins, they will move up to 27 points, and Wichita Falls actually will tie now Shreveport and Corpus. So there's a 3-way tie for 7th place in the South Division. So stay tuned for tomorrow's matchup. Game number 2 here from the Ector County Coliseum should be a doozy between these two South Division teams. Odessa looking for 2 points here on home ice to head into the holiday break. On a good note, of course, Teddy Bear Toss, bring yours tomorrow when the Jacks score their first goal. Launch them onto the ice, and all stuffed animals will be donated to local charities across the Permian Basin. Thanks for tuning in on Hockey TV or on our audio-only YouTube live channel. Fortunate on how things ended here at the Jack Shack. And there was a lot of discussion. It kind of seemed like they were going to turn it around, but it is very rare for them to call goals or basically overturn them, as you would say in NFL terms. But the final score, it will go down 3-2. IceRays win game 1. We'll see you tomorrow, 7:15, here from the Ector County Coliseum.